days. I always did, especially when I worked full time in real estate. But anyway, my topic this evening, and I hope I'm live and you can hear and see me. But anyway, my topic this evening is, you know, is retirement, it, basically regarding retirement, but you know, the retirement lie that's keeping you broke, me broke, and busy in 2025. Another way of wording it is still working after 65 years of age. And why? Seriously, if retirement was supposed to bring freedom, why are so many people working in their 70s now? Why are so many seniors going back to work more now than ever before? This live isn't about selling you something, it's about showing you the truth. And it might be a bit uncomfortable, but it will change the way you see everything as well. What they never told us is we were handed a plan: work 40 plus years, some 50, 60 years, save what you can, and then guess what? Enjoy retirement. That's what we were all told. But that plan was written nearly a century ago. Seriously, for a world that no longer exists anymore. That's not where we're at this point in time in this world, in all different areas, countries, and so forth. Hi, David. Thank you for joining. But but being that it was written for such a long time ago, l- back in the day, life expectancy was like 65 when retirement was introduced. Was 61. I'm sorry, when retirement was initially introduced. Today, people are living to 85 plus years. I know many even into the early 100s, but Social Security hasn't kept up at all. More than 1 in 5 seniors are now working, not by choice, but out of necessity. Comment truth in the comments if you were never told this growing up. I know I wasn't. I was told, that fairy tale, but back in those days, it was not a fairy tale. It was what they experienced when you think about it. Hi, BD and Jane and Samantha. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. But more than 1 in 5 seniors are working, as I said, not by choice, but just to survive. That's sad. Where the old system actually fails us now, that just blows me away. The 401k wasn't built for longevity, it was built for supplemental retirement. Pensions are gone. Healthcare costs are, oh my God, off the charts now. I mean, inflation, as we all are seeing it around us, hi, Kimmy, is relentless. It's scary, but it's relentless. We're not underprepared. We were under informed. Hi, Big Bear. I missed the person before, and hi, user. But the plan we followed no longer works. It really doesn't. The system's broken. And no one stopped to update us about this at all. What do they want to keep you dumb and whatever? I don't know. Median retirement savings for people 60 plus of age is less than 79,000. Do the math. That's not even 2 years of basic living expenses in most states. I mean, divide it into two. It doesn't carry far. honestly. But, retirement isn't just delayed, it's actually, and sadly to say, being erased. My wake up moment for me personally, hi Mike, was I spent over four and a half decades in real estate, quite active, busy all day, 24/7 it seemed like. I mean, I no sooner went to sleep. It was, "Oh, thank you, Mick, uh, Mikey or Mickey, thank you." But I remembered, going to sleep and, oh, where did the night go? All of a sudden, it's morning, it's back, and, repeat the same process. And whatever wasn't finished the day before, that got loaded into your schedule as well. So, I mean, I was a workaholic. I don't deny that, but I missed out on so much, sadly to say, when my children were little and they were growing up. But anyway, that doing that, I followed all the rules. I did everything we were supposed to do. I provided. I was a single parent raising three kids at the same age. So when it hit teenage years, oh goodness, three against one. But but and that those are it's no longer little tots. They don't cost as much as grown teenagers who are, I used to tease them and say, "I'm going to ship you away to camp." Or what alien came and switched you out? What happened to my sweet little girl or boy? But anyway, but teenagers are costly. The gifts are no longer, a couple of dollars on a Barbie doll or a Tonka toy for boys. It became electronics, computer equipment. Costs went up, 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 but salaries didn't. Sadly to say, that was another reality. But more than the monetary part of it, it was missing all the memories because I was a workaholic. Hi, Martin. Thank you for joining. But I that's the you know but what I didn't have was peace. That's the part that never showed up, ever. you know and then inflation kicks in again, and now we're all seeing it now, but I'm just going through a little bit of history slowly. But the grocery store moments with the calculator, ugh, was the worst. Quiet panic over gas prices. Look around. It's way up the scale again. Definitely. It's um, horrifying. And, it doesn't matter who you have in office, whatever, or whomever, it's going to still take a cycle to fix another few years. And most will have a hard time surviving with that. But I was just responding to somebody that made a comment. Hi, Emery. Thank you for joining. Um, now, thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. The more the merrier. I love it. I hope people are gaining some value in comprehending what I talk about, because hope that's my goal, is to help people understand what I do and why I do it, and giving you some facts to go along with it. That's that's also key. Hi, Frankenstein. Uh-oh. I feel like that. I woke up with a thing in my eye this morning. It doesn't hurt, but I look like Dracula, I should say, in this one eye. I shouldn't even point it out because now everybody's going to be staring, looking at it. But I don't care. I'm not vain. It is what it is. At least it doesn't hurt. But anyway, uh, the panic over the gas prices that's going on now, medications. Has anybody looked around to see the cost of medications today? Oh my goodness. Seriously, that's crazy, absolutely crazy. And with the inflation, the rising bills, they just keep, it seems like they keep giving birth to more and more bills, right? They don't seem to ever go away. It's scary. It really is. But family events I missed because I had to work just a little bit longer each time. Oh, I'll be back. And I always got there at the tail end or just about at the end. And the guilt that you go through as a parent, that's heartbreaking. It really is. And then I found myself saying, one day, I caught myself saying this, maybe in 5 years, it'll finally slow down. But guess what? I realized I'd already said that 5 years ago prior to that time, and it just was a never-ending battle, but you wanna keep a roof over your head. "Hey, hi from Kentucky Hills. I'm Florida. It's hot today. Ooh, too hot." But thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate that, honestly. Hi, splendid US. Yeah, splendid us. Is that how I should be saying it? But anyway, drop a heart. Seriously, give me put a heart in the comments. Uh, yeah, hi, cowboy. I should next time I'll wear my cowgirl hat that I bought in Texas. It's an original. But anyway, if put a heart in the comments if you've ever felt like you were chasing freedom that kept moving faster than you could even get to it. Anyone? I know I was constantly. I'm going to give you a couple of questions that many people ask me and, a brief answer to their questions that maybe is also in your minds as well. One of the questions, what people, and these are like a top three I select. I could go on for with some more, but I'm going to do it just the first three. Do I need tech skills to do this? I chuckle because I'm 73, but no, I didn't even know how to make a folder on my desktop and then to put a name to it. That took me forever as well. However, I've learned. So if I can do this at my age, anybody can. When you think about it, I learned everything with real support and zero judgment on me. People weren't even laughing. They were people are just very helpful. And that I sincerely appreciated. Another question that a lot of people ask is this like MLMs, multi level marketing, or chasing and hounding people? Mm, absolutely not. I didn't like that myself either. And in real estate, we always had to cold call for recruiting and follow up and follow through and so forth. Hi, Kyle and Michelle. But you don't have any of that. There's no awkward DMs whatsoever. Just a system that brings people to you through attraction marketing, of which you're taught, and it's all included. Not to mention, um, hi, cowboy. Oh, a glass of cold wine would be good right now. It's Friday, and I don't have to travel. That's the beauty of what I do. I don't have to worry about driving and drinking or whatever. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that, cowboy. Hi, Phoenix. But yeah, Phoenix. But it, with attraction marketing, you're taught how people will resonate with you. So you don't have to bother anyone. My kids, my family, they're not little, they're grown adults now and families of their own. But they didn't even know I was doing this until I got involved in it and started to do it more. And they saw my videos that I post, that I share on various platforms. But anyway, none of that. You don't have to do any of that stuff with called bothering anybody. And the third question that a lot of people have asked is, can someone my age do this? That I chuckle at because I mentioned I'm in my 70s. So absolutely, yeah, yes, any age. The youth will probably find it easier if anybody's ever done any form of multi-level marketing or affiliate marketing or anything to that nature, you'll most likely have a following. So might be a little quicker startup for you. But for people like myself that wasn't into all of that stuff and didn't have that knowledge, it took a little bit longer, but not that long. Once I grasped it and got the idea what to do and how to do it, it became very simple. And you don't have to go live like I do. I do to share. That's my primary reason, but you don't have to do that. I mean, I look at it this way. If you can post, if you can copy, paste, and post, have a cell phone, with a Wi-Fi connection, because anybody on these channels, you scroll, you do your thing. So you're halfway there, basically, because the world is on social media is 5 billion people. And how many do you need to be into a good six-figure income? Not a lot. I mean, 1% of 5 billion is 50 million. You don't need that kind of income on doing this at all. Hi, hi, Kyle. Thank you. Also, I appreciate that with the gifts. I more than appreciate it. Really, it brightens my day, makes me feel good, and I appreciate it. And I hope this is of value to everybody to learn what I do, and it's educational. However, it's it can provide people with supplemental, or people that have that 9 to 5 grind that detest doing what they do, or people, seniors that have to work. I mean, 1 out of 5, that's huge. That's what I love about doing this. I can do it from home, and I don't have to travel anywhere. And as long as you have, can you say, go, Kyle? Go, Kyle. You can do it. Yes, Kyle. Absolutely. You can do it. Hi, Douglas. But the reality is, how would you know if you never check something out for yourself? I mean, I took that plunge to check, and I'm glad I did. No regrets, I have to say. That part I like. And you know what? Comment, question, if you have ever had one of these doubts that I mentioned with the 3 questions. Has anybody questioned that themselves? What changed my life is what I found was a digital system, not a scam. I've been down that road before, never again. But not a scam, and it's not a shortcut. It's not a get rich quick scheme at all. But at my age, I don't have the time to waste doing something as ludicrous as that, honestly. But it's not a shortcut. It was a blueprint. We, one that one built for people like us who were never shown another way ever. A blueprint is a step-by-step guide, no different than when you go driving or traveling, you have GPS that guides you to where you go. Every morning you wake up, and whatever you're doing that day is your blueprint. That's what you do on a regular, basically routine. That's a blueprint. So it's no different, except this is with step by step guides and live interactive training. Teaches you any questions, there's always somebody there uh, that will assist. Some people may not believe. That's your prerogative. Unless you've checked it out, then an opinion on something doesn't correlate unless you know facts. And I only deal with facts. That's what I've always dealt with. Thank you, Sean. That was so nice. Hi, Victor. Victor Partida. I I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but anyway, that's what a blueprint is. It's a step-by-step guide, no different than a GPS that we all use today. I remember when they first came out, but it saved me numerous times having that. And that's basically a blueprint. It's a guide. That's what it that's what a blueprint is. In case anybody wasn't aware of what that is. And what I love, it's uh, just a couple hours a day from home, or when I travel, 100% profit model to me or to anyone else that does this. And, it's a proven system with 52,000 members. Many thousands are six-figure and seven-figure earners already. So, with real mentorship, as I mentioned, live interactive training, and no tech overwhelm, it was the perfect ingredients for me. I started seeing results, not just in my income, but in how I felt about myself. I got my my time back, and I got me back because I was getting overwhelmed with doing the real estate for 44 years, 44 plus years. And that took away a lot of my time. But, comment if you would, me time, if 2 hours a day sounds better than 10. Let me know what your thoughts are. Put a comment. Imagine waking up without dread, buying groceries without mentally adding it up in your head to see if you have enough in your bank to cover it, saying yes to family and friends, to travel, to rest, and actually meaning it, not just verbalizing it. Big, big difference. Hi, Bonjo. Thank you for stopping by too. But you deserve to feel human, to travel, and not just feel useful, just being human again. You know, more facts that they hide from us, by the way. 40% of Americans have less than $400 in emergency savings. The average retiree spends over $7,000 a year on health care alone. Hi, Patty and Banjo. But that's crazy. 60% of people over the age of 50 worry they'll run out of money before they run out of life. When you realize that working harder doesn't fix a broken model, you start looking for something smarter. I didn't need another job. I've paid my dues doing my career and stuff to that nature for forever. I needed an exit strategy, one that didn't require me to learn code or become someone I'm not. That was totally against my feeling. Hi, user. Comment enough. If you're done playing by outdated rules, as I mentioned, our system was composed a century ago and we're still living by it. That's when you think about it, that's crazy because, as I've said before, the system was designed for factory workers by Henry Ford in 1936, and that was for profit and control. And also was the industrial age. We're in the digital world now. Look around. This is digital what we're doing right now. You may be on the site or you're scrolling and you whip through to go watch other stuff, whatever. That's digital, everything. You don't need to leap into this, but don't scroll past this and stay stuck either. You came here for a reason. Stay curious. So, basically, my final quote this evening is the hardest prisons to break are the ones we don't even realize we're in. If this made you pause, even for a second, visit my link and take a look at it, dig a little deeper. No pressure, just possibility. So, anyway, does anybody have any questions before I do hop off? Because otherwise, I will be returning back on Monday. And check out my posts. I do them on YouTube and TikTok all the time. And if you have a question, send me a message and I'll definitely put it together in a video personally and send it to you. So, hi, Tom. And anyway, I will be back Monday. So, if anybody has a question, please let me know. Otherwise, I do sincerely appreciate all the hearts that were sent, and I hope this seriously has been of some value to anybody. And think about it: if you know, bring someone to that needs to hear this with you next time that maybe doesn't benefit you, but it could benefit someone else. And if anybody is young and has parents or grandparents that are struggling, this could definitely make a big difference in their lives. So my my one granddaughter always says, "No, no, sharing is caring." And I'm a firm believer in that. So I'm going to hop off and hopefully uh, you all have a wonderful, blessed weekend. And I will be back again Monday, same time, same channel, 5:30 p.m., 5:30-ish. Sometimes I have tech issues or the internet system services like funky, who knows? But in the meantime, I wish everybody a wonderful, blessed evening. Be safe and enjoy yourself. And see you all again on Monday. Hi, Marcia. Thank you for joining. And thank you all for those that also joined in. And I hope this has been of some value to everyone. Take care. Bye bye now.